ओमज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वतीदेवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So we are gathered again to discuss how to build our consciousness or prepare our consciousness for Janmashtami. It's a very deep topic, because to prepare our consciousness for Janmashtami essentially means to prepare our consciousness for the advent of Lord Krishna. And we heard from the commentary of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. He explains very beautifully the first 6 sons of Mother Devaki. They were the 6 anarthas that exist in all of us, the 6 conditionings that exist. What are those 6? Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada and Matsarya. So what do they mean? Kama, lust. Lust is like fire. It is never satisfied. The more fuel you provide, the more it increases. Lust, Kama, Krodha, anger. Anger is generally because our expectations are not met. A person who is satisfied, Bhagavatam says, and even in Mahabharata it is said that the antidote of anger is to be satisfied. A person who is satisfied cannot be angry, because anger comes when there is an expectation and then that expectation is not fulfilled. Even in small things. I get angry with my children, for example. Simple expectation, I think, oh, you've woken up, you should clean your bed before you go out of the room. But if they don't do that, the expectation is not met and you become upset. So it's very hard to be fully satisfied. Kama, Krodha. Next is Kama, Krodha, Lobha. Lobha means greed. Again, greed is something that is inherent within us. We all want to be happy with more. There is a wonderful example in the Upanishads. The example is, if there is a bag full of grains left in the middle of the road, what happens? After some time, the birds come, they pick some grains and they fly away. The rat comes, nibbles some and goes away. But then a human being comes. What do you think he does? Yeah, he takes the bag away. He cannot eat all the grains, but still, that is greed. That is greed. And Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha. Moha means illusion. Illusion that I am this body. Illusion that I am here forever. The fact is, life is very short and our bodies are very fragile. Even you picking a flower from a garden, if the thorn of a rose cuts your finger, you could get septic, which can enter into your blood and cause sepsis, and you may die. So life is very fragile. So something very simple can lead to death. But we think that we are here forever. It is said that a person who constantly remembers that he is not here forever cannot fight with anyone. Because all fights appear to be inconsequential, too petty. Like two people fighting on a train coach. They have got on the train and they're fighting for the seat. But they only need to go up to the next stop. And if they understand that, then there'll be no need to fight, because next stop you'll be both going your own way, some other train. Similarly, we are constantly changing the body from one train to another. When you come to Manchester from where I live, you have to take 3 different trains. So you change the train, it's just like changing the body. We've been doing this for many lifetimes. But moha is that we think we are here forever. Mother. Mother means I am somebody. Even there's a beautiful saying in the Nyaya Shastra that even the little insect who's sitting on the helmet of the crown of the king, the insect is thinking, look, everyone is coming and bowing down to me. He's proud to be. Actually, nobody is bowing down to him. Similarly, we may be someone at work, they bow down. We may be a director of something, they bow down, or they, in simple words, they don't bow down physically, but they respect you because you are a director of something, or because you are a manager, or because you are same in the temple, you have a position, you have something, they respect you. But it gets into your head. When it gets into your head, that is mother. So the English word mad comes from the Sanskrit word mother, which means to become mad. After power, prestige, ego. So all of this leads to matsarya. Matsarya means envy. A person who is envious can never be happy. Because envy will continue to burn the heart of the person within. His heart is burning, her heart is burning constantly. And until the heart inside is burning because of envy, you can never be happy. So these 6 are represented, Prabhupada writes in the purport, 2nd chapter of the 10th canto. These 6 are represented by the 6 sons of Mother Devaki. And they were killed by Kamsa. Who was Kamsa in his previous life? He was Kalanemi. We discussed this yesterday. He was Kalanemi, the great demon, the son of Hiranyaksha. So Kalanemi kills his own 6 children These 6 were also children of Kalanemi. But only after the 6 anarthas have been killed arises Prema Bhakti, which is signified by Balaram. This is from Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary. I am not making it up. Mother Devaki is like Bhakti, represents Bhakti. And Kamsa represents the fear of this material world. Because of the fear of the material world, a devotee may be able to get rid of the 6 anarthas out of fear that he doesn't want to come back to this material world. Only after the 6 anarthas have been conquered, the 7th Balaram, who represents love of Godhead qualified by service, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says. It's not some impersonalistic love, oh I love Krishna, but he doesn't move from his seat. So that's why Srila Prabhupada has translated Bhakti as devotional service. Not just some devotion, not some impersonal devotion, but devotional service. So after the 6 anarthas have been removed, Bhakti enters into the heart, or Prema enters into the heart, which is Balaram. And this Prema, once it is established, and it becomes Prema Mai Bhakti. Devaki with Balaram is Prema Mai Bhakti. Only then comes Krishna. This is the explanation given by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. And Prabhupada also writes about the 6 sons being the 6 anarthas in his purport. So, to prepare our consciousness for Janmashtami, Janmashtami means to receive Krishna. It actually is a very deep topic, because what we are saying is to prepare our consciousness in such a way that we have developed Prema Bhakti, so that we can invite the Lord in our heart. And hence, we see how, you see this photograph, this picture here. You have Shukdev Goswami and Maharaj Parikshit. And you have Vyasadev, you have Parshuram, you have Narad Muni, you have the 4 Kumaras, you have all the sages, the Sapta Rishis are there. Those are the Sapta Rishis, you can see those on the back, 7 of them. Everyone is here. Parashara is there, Gargacharya is there. And in that assembly, Shukadeva Goswami is telling Parikshit Maharaj how he can attain the supreme destination. To attain the supreme destination, one has to become fully Krishna conscious, Prabhupada says. But to become fully Krishna conscious, one has to overcome all the anarthas and develop Prema Bhakti, as we just discussed. So Parikshit Maharaj has been on the bank of the Ganges. You can see beautiful Ganges in the background. There is, in India, there is a place called Shukatal, where Bhagavatam was spoken. The tree under which it was spoken is still there. So in this picture there is no tree, but it was under a tree, and that tree is still there, 5,000 years old. And Shukadeva Goswami on day 6, he has spoken 9 cantos of Bhagavatam. And in the 9th canto, he speaks Vamshanu Charita, which means the lineage, the Surya Vamsha and the Chandra Vamsha. Surya Vamsha means the lineage starting from the sun god. Who is the most prominent personality in the lineage of the sun god? Lord Rama. So ninth canto, you find a synopsis of Ramayana in the ninth canto. And then at the end of that, Shukdev Acharya is being requested by Parikshit Maharaj. Now please tell me about the Chandra Vamsha. So the Chandra Vamsha, Pururava, all different kings are being mentioned. And then Shukdev, in synopsis, in just about 20 verses, he speaks the entire 10th canto. And in fact, all the pastimes of Krishna, he speaks in just 2 verses. And then he says, okay, I've spoken. You wanted to know about Krishna? Finished. Parikshit Maharaj says, no, I'm not satisfied. So Shukdev Goswami is trying to build the consciousness of Parikshit Maharaj to receive the Lord in his heart. So I thought it will be nice to look at some of the verses in the 9th canto, how Shukdev Goswami is building the consciousness of Parikshit Maharaj, and then continue into the 10th canto. So we'll continue with the session tomorrow as well. So we'll see how far we can get to today. So in the 9th canto, Shukdev Goswami is telling Parikshit Maharaj, you want to know about Krishna, you want to invite Krishna in your heart. So here is the synopsis. He says, Vasudevastu devakyam ashtaputran ajijanat. Vasudev and Devaki, from them appeared 8 sons. Who were the 8 sons? The 8 sons are listed by Shukdev Goswami. Kirtimantam, he was the first one. Kirtiman was the first son who was killed by Kamsa. Sushenam cha, Sushenam was the next one. Bhadrasenam udaradhi, Bhadrasen was the third. Rujum Sammardhanam Bhadram, Ruju, Sammardhana and Bhadra. These 6 were all killed by Kamsa. Then who appeared? Sankarshanam, Balramji appeared. Ahishwaram, Ahi means snake. Ishwaram means the Supreme Lord who is in the form of a snake. Who is that? Ananta Shesh. So, having said this, he then says, and now the 8th, Ashtamastu Tayorasit, their 8th son, Swayameva Hari Kila. Their 8th son was Swayam Hari, was Hari himself. Here, the Acharyas have said, Shukdev Goswami clarifies very, clearly. He says, Swayameva Hari. Not some incarnation of the Lord. The Lord himself appeared. Swayam. Swayam means himself. The Lord himself appeared. And then, who was born from Devaki after that? Subhadra cha Mahabhaga. Subhadra was also appeared. So Subhadra is a darling of both Krishna and Balaram. So you see, even in Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra Devi is in the middle. Because she is a darling of both. Both of them want to stand next to Subhadra. Which means Subhadra has to be in the middle. So she is the youngest, she is the 9th. She appeared after Krishna killed Kamsa. And after Maharaj Vasudev and Devaki were released from the prison of Kamsa, then Subhadra Devi appeared. Subhadra cha Mahabhaga, the most auspicious Subhadra Devi, Tava Rajan Pitamahi, who is Subhadra to Maharaj Parikshit? Grandmother. So Pitamahi, your grandmother. Arjuna's wife. Arjuna's son is Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu's son is Parikshit. So Parikshit's grandmother. So he's saying, your grandmother. So he is also connecting Parikshit to Vasudeva and Devaki. Then he says that this Lord who appeared himself, he appears every millennia. Every time when does Krishna appear? What is that verse in Bhagavad Gita? Very, very famous verse. Chapter 4, verse number 7. That is the reason. That is 4.8. 4.7 is, when does he? Yes. Yes. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srujamyaham. Yada yada hi adharmasya yada yada hi dharmasya glani bhavati. Dharmasya glani means whenever dharma reduces, declines. And what increases? Abhyutthanam means increase of adharmasya. Yes, irreligion. The opposite. When dharma reduces and adharma increases, tadatmanam srujamyaham, then I appear myself. Krishna says. Now in the 9th canto we saw 9:24:55, 9:24:56 we have the same verse. This is Bhagavatam. Yada yada hi dharmasya kshayo vriddhischa pap manaha. Dharmasya kshayah is same as saying dharmasya glanihi. Same meaning. When dharma reduces, vriddhischa papa manaha. When papa or irreligion increases, tadatu bhagavanisha atmanam srujate hari. At that time Hari himself appears. So Shukadeva Goswami is creating the background and explaining to Parikshit what is the basis or what is the background in which the Lord appears. But you will see, he goes deeper and deeper, but then he'll stop at one point. So then he says, so Krishna appears. Why does it appear? Why does he appear? Why does he appear? Does he appear because there is, if you say that Krishna appears whenever there is a decline in religious principles, are you saying that he has to appear? Are you saying that there is a cause for Krishna to appear in this world? It sounds like that, isn't it? When you say whenever there is a decrease in religious principles, Krishna appears. It is like saying that whenever there is nice cookie being made in the kitchen, the son runs down to the kitchen. So the cookie becomes the cause of the child running down to the kitchen. So is it like that? Is there a cause for Krishna's appearing? So quickly, Shukadeva Goswami, he clarifies very quickly. He says, Nahi asya janma no hetu. There is no cause for Krishna's appearing. Karmano va mahipate. There is no cause for his activity either. He completely acts of his own free will. That is why Srila Prabhupada calls Krishna, very sweet, I never read such a word before. He calls Krishna the supreme autocrat. He is not only a supreme person, he is the supreme autocrat. Who is an autocrat? There is nobody or no one who can tell him to do anything. That is who Krishna is. Atmamaya vineshasya parasya drashtu atmanaha. Then why does he appear? He appears because he sees drashtuhu. He sees the pain that the devotees are going through. Atma mayam, to shower his mercy. Here the meaning of maya is mercy. It's not illusion. To shower mercy, that's the only reason that Krishna appears in this world. And did Krishna just appear in... Then the question arises, did Krishna just appear in Dwapar Yuga when Pandavas are there? Or does Krishna still appear? What do you think? He still appears? How does he appear?
He's appearing because he feels very sorry for us. So he very kindly keeps coming back again and again to try and help us get back.
Yes, wonderful. In what form does he appear?
In his original transcendental form, always.
How does he appear? Is he in Kali Yuga? Is he here with us?
Well, he's here at this point within us as Paramatma.
Of course.
He's here, of course, in the picture form.
Mm-hmm.
We have in an altar. And he's appearing and we are speaking the Bhagavatam. He is in form of the Bhagavatam. So he's here.
Very good. So Shukdev Goswami also says that Kalau Janishya Mananam, don't worry, not just for you has Krishna appeared, but in Kali Yuga, for all beings in the future, Kalau Janishya Mananam, Dukha Shoka Tamo Nudam. Kali Yuga, everyone is Dukhi. Dukhi means miserable. Everyone is miserable. Is there anyone who can say, I am always happy?
Yes.
Yes?
Someone can say that when they are totally absorbed in love of God, they will be always.
Yes, that is true. But speaking of ordinary people, can they say that they are always happy?
No.
Yes, Prabhu.
We can say we are always miserable, but sometimes a bit happy.
Correct. So, dukkha shoka tamonudam. Dukkha means misery. Shoka means even when there is happiness, some happiness, there is something that, there was a person who won a, I don't remember what it's called, some Euro million or something like that. Euro million lottery. And he won 133 million pounds. He's 55 years old and he was working in the railways, a very menial job. He was earning 16,000 pounds a year. And now he is suddenly won 133 million. And the person before him had won 200 million. And when he had won that lottery, the interviewers interviewed him and he said, how are you feeling? They asked. He said, oh, I feel miserable. And they were wondering, what's wrong with this man? He said, well, if I was lucky, I would have won 250. So I'm miserable because I won only 133. So this is shoka. Whenever there is some material happiness, you're right. In material world, there is some happiness. So he's saying, dukkha, generally unhappiness, Some happiness is there, then shoka. And if there is too much unhappiness and too much shoka, then you get drunk and lie down. Tamo guna. So tama means sleeping and becoming completely unconscious of the external world. Nudam. To get one out of this condition, anugrahaya bhaktanam, and to show mercy on his devotees, supunyam vyatano dyashaha, the Lord himself comes, and he comes because he cannot resist. When he sees his devotees calling for him, he cannot resist. There is a beautiful verse. In fact, only Bhagavatam can speak like this. A beautiful verse in Bhagavatam. We say living entities are conditioned. What about Krishna? Is Krishna conditioned? Absolutely not. How many of you think Krishna is conditioned? Raise your hands. You think he's conditioned? Yes, tell me.
He has at this certain time, so he has to appear when his devotees is under stress. So he has to come.
He has to come when his devotees are under distress.
Out of love, is it not?
Huh?
It's out of love. It's not
Out of love. Out of love. Prabhuji, you were saying something?
I'm just saying he doesn't have to.
He doesn't have to, yes.
This is the supreme person. He can do what he wants.
Yes, he's the supreme autocrat, as Prabhupada says. He doesn't have to, but here is the thing. This is such a... Sridhar Swami, the Acharya Sridhar Swami, his commentary, he has expanded this word, anugraha katara, which literally means Krishna is conditioned to give mercy. The moment somebody asks, "My Lord, I am yours," immediately he wants to give his mercy to that person. "My Lord, please help." Immediately, if one speaks feelingly, Srila Prabhupada says, when one speaks feelingly, he says, in one of the purports. So when Krishna speaks, when the devotees speak feelingly, and they ask Krishna for help, Krishna is conditioned to be merciful. This is such a beautiful verse. Apichya darshanam shashvat. Apichya, the most beautiful. Darshanam, to see. He is so beautiful, so lovely to see. To see Krishna is so beautiful. Huh? So sweet. Apichya darshanam shashvat sarvaloka namaskritam. He is worshipable by everyone in the three worlds. Santam vayasi kaishore. He is always beautiful Kishora. Kishora means he's not a youth yet. He's about to become youthful. Navayovanam. And the last line, this is Kapila Dev telling Mother Devahuti. Krishna is Bhrutya Anugrahakataram. Bhrutya means servant. Anugrahakataram. He is conditioned to give mercy to his servants. He is conditioned. There will never be a moment when a devotee has feelingly, genuinely called for the Lord and the Lord has not reciprocated. He always reciprocates. Isn't this wonderful? Isn't this very sweet? Quality of Krishna, that he is always conditioned to be merciful.
You statement earlier whether the Lord is ever conditioned, and Prabhuji was not quite sure. Could I actually read a little passage to just explain what you were just saying? He's doing
Yeah, yeah.
Then the analogy I was studying in chapter 7 of the Bhagavad Gita, and it says, under the state laws one may be punished, but the king, the lawmaker, is not subject to that law. Similarly, all the modes of material nature, goodness, passion and ignorance, are emanations from the Supreme Lord Krishna, but Krishna is not subject to material nature. That explains why he is never conditioned.
Yes. He is never conditioned in the three modes. He is never under the three modes. Definitely. Because he is the master of the modes. So, in that sense, he is never conditioned. He cannot be. Not that he is not, he just cannot be conditioned. But here, Anugraha Katara, the word Katara has been expanded by Sridhar Swami as one who cannot but help. You know, someone, like, if you ask me, I'll tell you about myself. If you offer me a gulab jamun, I cannot but help eating it, even after a full meal. Yeah? So that is called, that's the kind of conditioning that Krishna has here, which is he cannot but help. He just has to be showing his grace, his mercy.
It's up to us to sincerely ask.
Yes. So the Lord is most merciful. And that mercy of the Lord is what sustains a devotee. In the second canto, chapter 10, there is a verse which says, Poshanam tad anugraha. The devotees of the Lord are maintained simply by the mercy of the Lord. Ultimately, it is the mercy of the Lord. Ultimately, they are not dependent on anyone or anything, only on the Lord's mercy. Poshanam tad anugraha. So this is one of my favorite verses of Bhagavatam. Very, very, it's a very special way of saying, Krishna, you are conditioned to give your grace to your devotees. Not to everyone. Bhritya anugraha kataram. Bhritya means servants. Those who are his servants. He shows his grace. He is conditioned to give grace, to be gracious, to be merciful to his servants. This is a very beautiful quality of the Lord. And I asked a question. How does Krishna appear in Kali Yuga? Or how? Yes, Prabhu. In his holy name, yes. And? Lord Chaitanya, yes. Yes, Prabhu. As Balaram, yes. Okay.
As that, but also in Bhagavad Gita and in the Bhagavatam, he's the Lord in his literary form. So when we are speaking the Lord's name, then the Lord is there in his name. So the easiest way is to take the name of the Lord. Then he is with us, even if we don't do anything else.
So, in the holy names of the Lord, especially in Kali Yuga, the holy names, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, is especially potent. But Kirtan means Kirti Vardhanam iti Kirtanam. Kirti Vardhanam. Vardhanam means to increase. Kirti means to the fame. Kirti Vardhanam means to increase the fame of the Lord is Kirtanam. So Kirtan does not just mean the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That is also Kirtan. But also discussing about the Lord is Kirtan. Preaching is Kirtan. Book distribution is Kirtan. In whichever way, the fame, Kirti, the word Kirtan comes from the word Kirti. Kirti means fame. in whichever way the fame of the Lord is increased, is Kirtanam.
Propagating the name of the Lord.
Sorry?
Propagating the name
Propagating the name of the Lord, the glories of the Lord, is Kirtanam. So book distribution is Kirtanam. That is why Srila Prabhupada once said, what are the gopis doing in Vraj? When Krishna goes away to tend the cows, the gopis are at home, they are churning, butter. And what are they doing?
glorifying.
Yes. Who said that? Mataji, yes. Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam kavibhir iditam kalmashapaham. So, this is what the Nitya Siddhas are also doing. The eternally liberated gopis are also engaged in Tava Kathamritam. They are also engaged in constantly remembering, chanting about the glories of the Lord. And hence, in the next verse, Shukdev Goswami gives the answer to Parikshit Maharaj. He says, Yasmin Satkarna Piyushe. This Katha of the Lord is like Piyusha. Piyusha means Amrita, nectar. This nectar, generally you drink something with your mouth. But he says this is Satkarna Piyusha. This is a nectar which has to be drunk with your ears. And how should you drink it? Yashas Tirtha Vare Sakrit. Sakrit. Immediately, with full attention, you should drink. Eagerly, one should drink. Shrotra Anjalihi. Anjalihi, this is Anjali. This kind of palms, when you fold like this is called Anjali. But this Anjali you do to get something, we want to drink some water from a water fountain, we will do an Anjali and we'll drink. However, here Shukdev Goswami is saying, you have to have Shrotanjalihi. Your hearing should be the Anjali, the receptacle should be your ears. Through your ears, Upasprishya, even if this Katha enters your ears a little bit, the Katha will start transforming your heart. Dhunute karma vasanam. How would you know that Katha is affecting? Your karma vasana will reduce. Dhunute karma vasana. Karma vasana means your desires, your propensity to enjoy and lord over this material world will reduce. So this is a practical solution. And Bhagavatam, it is said by the Acharyas in the beginning, in the middle and in the end. Bhagavatam is nothing but nectar. What kind of nectar? Who said it is nectar? Yeah, let's see. What kind of nectar? Nectar of what? It is Amrita. But what Amrita? Yes. But this Amrita is Hari Leela Amrita. See? In the beginning of Bhagavatam, first canto. First canto, Aho Nriloke Piyeta. Oh human beings, please drink. Hari Leela Amrita Vachaha. These words of Hari Lilamrita, please drink. This is in the first canto. And then in the middle of the Bhagavatam, Rasadna ko nutrupyeta. Those who are addicted to this nectar of Katha, how can they ever be satisfied? This addiction of Katha is such that ko nutrupyeta. Bhagavatam is asking, those who are addicted to this Katha, how will they ever be satisfied? Hari Leela Amritam Piban. They are Piban, they are drinking and drinking and drinking. Just like in the material world, a person who is drunk, he drinks and he can drink to a certain limit. And then he starts vomiting. And then he's half conscious. He's sleeping in the gutter. If you go to Soho Street on, Friday night, today is Friday, we have a beautiful temple. If you're there to Shayan Arti and then you go out, sometimes you find people lying in a pool of urine and stool because they are just completely, they are drunk, totally. So that is not the kind of drinking that happens when you drink this Hari Leela Amrita. This Hari Leela Amrita, the more you drink, the more you want to drink, and there is no end to it. And towards the end, Bhagavatam again he is saying, Hari Leela Katha Varta Amrita Anandita Satsuram. This is like intoxication for the devotees. Satsuram, which means, just like people get intoxicated, devotees get intoxicated with this Hari Leela. That is why when Prabhupada's disciples, when they were in, especially with the hippies, when they were advertising Prabhupada's classes, there is one poster which I have seen, which shows Prabhupada, above the ground. Of course, he never levitated like that, but just in the poster, there is the ground and then Prabhupada is high above levitating above the ground with his hand on his head like this. Some very nice, strange photograph. It's a photo of Prabhupada with his hand like this, levitating above the ground. And on the top, the advertisement says, "Come join us and learn how to always stay high." Always stay high, never come down. So, this is the formula. And Bhagavatam is Krishna himself. You see, this is a very unique painting which Srila Prabhupada commissioned. Why is it unique? Because it is said in Padma Purana that the first canto is the right foot, second canto is the left foot, third canto is the right thigh, fourth is the left thigh, so on and so forth up to 12th canto, which is the head of Krishna. You can see here the beauty of this painting. You go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You can see that the right foot is the lowest, and then is the left foot, and then is the right thigh, and then the left thigh is higher than the right thigh, and then is the navel, and then is the chest, and then is the left arm, and then is the right arm. So this painting is actually how Krishna sits, or how Krishna is reflected as the 12 cantos of Bhagavatam. It's very unique. Are you following what I'm saying? If you see how Krishna is seated in a certain manner, it kind of reflects the description of Padma Purana. So Krishna himself is non-different from the limbs of Bhagavatam. And Harivamsha, it says, Harivamsha is another Puran which describes what has been missed out in Mahabharata is described in Harivamsha. So sometimes Harivamsha is also considered to be an appendix to the Mahabharata. Over there it is said, Vede Ramayane Chaiva. In the Vedas, in the Ramayana, Purane Bharate Tatha. In the Puranas, in the Mahabharata, Adav Ante Cha Madhye Cha. In the beginning, in the middle, and in the end. What has been described? Hari Sarvatra Giyate. Only Hari has been described in the beginning, in the middle, and the end. Nothing else but Sri Hari. He is the only one who has been glorified. So, coming back to the description that is given by Shukadeva Goswami. Shukadeva Goswami describes Krishna to Parikshit Maharaj. This is happening in the 9th canto, 24th chapter, which is the last chapter of the 9th canto. We have not entered the 10th canto. Building our consciousness for Janmashtami, to have entrance into the understanding of the Lord. Here he says, Shukadeva Goswami describes Krishna with these words: Yasya Ananam. His face is like this. How is his face? Here in this verse, only his face, Krishna's face is described. What is his face like? Makara Kundala Charukarna. Makara Kundala. There are earrings that Krishna wears which are shark shaped earrings. The shape of the earring is like a shape of a shark or shape of a crocodile. Makara Kundala Charukarna. And as Krishna walks, as he moves around, his earrings, they touch his cheek. Yeah? And Brajat Kapola Subhagam. And he has, when Mother Yashoda dresses him, she puts, like gopi dots. She puts gopi dots on Krishna's forehead. Kapola, on his forehead. Subhagam. Savilasahasam. So, Savilasahasam, he is smiling in the most enchanting manner. His smile steals the heart of even Cupid. So, Krishna's name, one of his name is Manmatha Manmatha. Manmatha means Cupid. The Cupid of the Cupid. Nityotsavam. Seeing his charming face is like eternal utsava, is like a festival, is an enjoyment like a festival. Natatrubu. Nobody can be satisfied. Drishibihi pibbantaho. So nobody is satisfied by drinking the beautiful face of the Lord. His charming face, looking at his face, Naryo Narascha Mudita Kupita Nimeshcha. Men and women alike, Mudita, Naryaha Narascha. Men and women alike, they are Mudita, they are absorbed, looking at the face of the Lord. Kupita Nimeshcha. And they are cursing. They are cursing Brahma. That Brahma, you have created these eyelids. And because you created these eyelids, they are closing the eyes momentarily. And for that moment, we cannot see Krishna. Why did you create these eyelids? So they are cursing. This is the description. You can see how beautiful Krishna is. His sweet face and how he is dressed by Mother Yashoda. His earrings, the tilak on his forehead, his beautiful eyes, red lips, big cheeks. Yeah, smiling face. So Krishna, this attractive Krishna is described by Shukadeva Goswami. I will stop here and we'll continue tomorrow. But gradually we'll enter into the 10th canto description of Krishna. Tomorrow morning I'll continue where we left off, and then we will finish on Sunday with Krishna's appearance. So we will look at the verses that lead up to Krishna's appearance. So, thank you very much. You have any questions? Can I take 2 questions? 2, 3 questions? Yeah? Prabhu, is that okay? Yeah. So, any questions or comments? Anyone?
It's a wonderful class.
Thank you. We need to build up consciousness to invite Krishna. For that, we need to go deeper. Yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna.
So, you mentioned that first the anarthas need to get removed from the heart before bhakti can enter the heart. But we also learn that by accepting the spiritual master, he gives that bhakti lata bij, that seed of devotion. How can we understand that?
Yes. Excellent question. So the question is, before Krishna can enter the heart, one's heart has to be gotten rid of the anarthas. But then we also know that the spiritual master, he gives the seed, the seedling of bhakti lata bij, the bij. He sows that in the heart. So yes, Rupa Goswami has answered this question in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, and in his commentary Jiva Goswami also clarifies that although the spiritual master has sown the seed in the heart of the devotee has a duty to guard this seed like a good gardener has to guard the seed from the 6 anarthas and from one other big challenge, which is the mad elephant offense, which is Vaishnava Prad. These, unless one guards the seed from the weeds, one's seed will be choked and will be ruined. So, it is correct that Guru gives the seed in the heart, but then the devotee has to protect that seed. And he goes further. He says, how do you protect the seed? You create a fence, he says. And what is that fence? The fence is the association of devotees. The moment we are watching movies, we are watching football, we are watching some soaps, some serials on TV and things like that, immediately we'll start doubting. We'll start doubting our Krishna consciousness because we have removed the fence. So all the weeds that are outside, they are coming in. Other thing he says, you should nourish that tree with the 9 process of devotional service, starting with Shravanam Kirtanam. Just like the seedling, if you're doing some gardening, you have sown the seed. You need to water it regularly, give it the sunshine. And then it says sunshine is the association of Guru. Shiksha Guru and Diksha Guru. So with the association of the Guru, with the sunshine, with the association of the devotees, the fence, keeping all the unwanted things out, ensuring the weeds are not growing, not allowing the mad elephant to enter, and constantly watering the seed with the 9 process of devotional service, this seed will grow and penetrate through the material realm and enter into Goloka. Does that answer your question? Yes. Nice question, Mataji.
Excellent answer too.
It's not mine. I'm just repeating
Absolutely, but
Srila Rupa Goswami's
we need to hear.
explanation. Anyone else? Okay. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Gaur Premanandi. Hari Hari Bol.
Close the door.
It's not.
Relevant, Ashok?
So thank you, Prabhuji, for a wonderful class. I think it was one of those classes I noticed the time just went like that because there's so much nectar. You know, this Hari Leela is so what we feel in the heart. You know, it's so nice to hear such a big. Thank you for taking the time out to come. It means a lot to Ishmael Manchester to have this type of classes. Is very nice. So just very quickly. Some announcements. We've got a busy couple of weeks coming up. Let me just move on a little bit. So tomorrow, obviously, we're continuing this class, and this will be from 8 o'clock in the morning till I think 9:30. But we can go on 4 hours. See how it goes. But before that, we have Mangalati. So please take the time to come from 5 o'clock with the Mangalati. We can chat together and. Yeah, that will be a nice lead up to the class at 8 o'clock. And then on Sunday will be the third part and final part. That will be this normal Sunday program. So usual time, 12:30 here in the temple. And then we have, what do we have on what day? Big festival coming up? 23rd, what is it? Janmashtami. Okay, so Janmashtami, this is the biggest, one of the biggest festivals of the year. And it's from 7 till 12 midnight. And that will be at Jain Samaj. But all the details are there, everything is being sent out. So I guess everybody knows this already. But it's also important to mention the following week as well. Following day on the 24th, we have Srila Prabhupada's appearance day. So, on this day, we have an opportunity to write offerings and read those offerings to Srila Prabhupada. We won't be reading any offerings on Sunday this year. I think last year we did some offerings on Sunday. So this year, all the offerings will be done on the Saturday. So please take time, come to this. Starts at 10:30 in the morning.